You might be missing this key part to your glow up journey. My name is Martha. Welcome to my channel, Diary by Martha, where I'm on a glow up journey and I'm showing you everything that's been working for me, what hasn't been working, in hopes to help you too. That key thing that you might be overlooking is music and how much music can impact you, especially when you're on a journey, a glow up, healing journey, trying to become the best version of yourselves. And to your college, I worked one of my favorite jobs. To this day, it was one of my favorite jobs, was working at the movie theaters. I loved it so much because you got to watch free movies, and I'm a big film lover, all of that. Like something about being in the movie theater, you know, like when you're watching a movie and I don't know, it just does something for me. But I'm terrified of horror movies, like absolutely terrified. I've watched 2 in my life. I understand why people can like them, but they're just not for me. I was working at the movie theater and I had to clean the theaters in between showings. And also I had to do theater checks. So once they start the movie, someone who works at the theater will come in there, and there's a piece of paper at the end, on a wall, where they're checking the sound, they're checking if it's clean, they're checking things like that, the visuals, whatever. Would hate having to go into scary movies because just the sound alone, the music would just make me shrivel up, and it would just terrify me. So I would go into the movie theater while the movie was showing, if it was a scary movie, and I would plug my ears. I probably looked hilarious. I would walk in there in my uniform and I'd be plugging my ears to do a theater check because the music would just really shake me up, the impact of that scary music. And if you don't believe me, try watching a horror movie on mute. Just try watching a horror movie on mute. A lot of the times it's not that scary, and that's why even the whole score department, the music department of film and cinema and things like that is so crucial. They literally have their own awards in the Oscar because it's a lot of work and thought put towards making this music for these movies. When you're watching a movie, right? The music can impact how you feel while you're watching it. When it's scary and you hear that scary sound while you're watching a movie, that can impact you. But the same thing is with music that we just listen to in our daily life. And I started to transition in this glow up journey to listening to more positive, uplifting music. So I'm a big rap person. I love rap. I love R&B. That's always been my vibe. But recently on my glow up journey, I've been really into house music, deep house, techno, country, and now pop. And that's so different for me for what I usually listen to. Another thing is listening to certain songs, I didn't realize subconsciously what it's doing to my brain when that song is very low vibrational song. It could be a song that its intention is to make you feel sad. Its intention is to make you have that kind of feeling. That's the power of music. But when you're not in that vibe and you're trying to be in an uplifting vibe, you got to be careful what you're playing. And in this glow up journey, I'm just being very careful as to what I'm listening to. And I've really been leaning into that deep house and into pop. I've become a Swiftie. I'm a really big Swiftie. All my friends are really surprised by that, but I love Taylor Swift, especially her older music. I listen to Shake It Off every single morning. And if you listen to what she says and Shake It Off, it's actually very, very impactful. She's talking about not just the haters gonna hate and the players are gonna play, but when she's talking about what people say about her, there's nothing in her brain and she can't make a man stay and she goes on too many dates and but she just can't stop moving, can't stop grooving. I'm just do we hear what she's saying? She's saying that with all these haters, she's still gonna do it. And it's so when you look at that on YouTube, how many years ago that was posted, and then I was watching the music video from years ago. I don't know if it was 9 years ago, 10 years, it's a very long time ago. And then they had the live version from the Eras tour. This many years later, this year, it was uploaded 3 months ago, and you just see the hundreds of thousands of people in the crowd shaking it off. And shaking's really good actually for your nervous system. When you're feeling anxious and things, it's really good for grounding you. But you see that many years ago, she's talking about how people are talking about her in this way, and then you see all these people singing every single word. Or another one is Imagine Dragons Thunder. And I always, you always hear that in the elevator, you hear it at your dentist's office and stuff like that. I never gave it any time, but it came up on my playlist and I was listening to what he was saying. I'm he ate with this. What he was saying, he was talking that shit. He's talking about how when he was a young kid, how people used to diss him, and now one of the biggest lines that he ate is he's talking about now they're in the nosebleeds, clapping in the nosebleeds. These same people that used to call him basic and hate on him, and at the end of the song they're just never give up, and it's plays over and over again. It's a chant to never give up, and it's that's actually really powerful. You may not even be paying attention, but when you're listening to someone telling you never give up and shake it off and like these really positive things, that's really good for you on your glow up journey. And whatever genre of music that is, whether that's in rap or R&B or country or whatever music you listen to that makes you feel good about yourself, listen to that music. Because maybe I'm just very sensitive, but my energy changes significantly depending on what's playing. Like now I really love to just play jazz. Like, you know those YouTube videos of like a coffee shop jazz or like a beach, or some of them are like images of like a condo in New York. I love listening to that. I just have it play. My dog, it's actually my dog that really got me into that, because I noticed that when I'd play the lo-fi kind of beats, he would fall asleep immediately. And then I started doing the research how like certain like classical music and jazz like that, it has a positive impact on the dogs, and I see it myself. Just like it has a positive impact on him, it has a positive impact on me. And I'm being way more careful as to what I'm listening to. Of course, be careful what you're watching as well, but I think listening to things can be very passive. We just have it playing while we're doing our work, working out especially, and we're not realizing, or driving in the car, that subconsciously that could be impacting our mood. If you listen to sad music, you could become sad. If you listen to uplifting music, you could become uplifted. It's very, very powerful. So when you're on this glow up journey, do not overlook how music is impacting you. Make a glow up music playlist on your Spotify, your Apple Music, wherever you listen to your music. A lot of people have made glow up lists or hype morning mixes. These are mixes you can just find, just Spotify will bring it to you. Now they have the AI DJ and all that stuff, but just do not overlook how music impacts you. And don't overlook some of these artists that you may not listen to because you're like, I don't know if they're for me. I did not think I was gonna be a Swiftie. I did not think I was gonna like Imagine Dragons or country music or deep house. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like any of that stuff, but I ended up really enjoying it because I enjoyed how it made me feel while I'm working out, or the morning while I'm making my coffee and just dancing around my house. Like, I love that. And even just dancing to the music, like, allow yourself to dance. Like, it's literally good for your body. It's good for your spirit. It's good for your soul. Like, dance. Literally shake, shake, shake it off. I'll be dancing and my dog just looks at me like, girl, you're nuts, but I love it. So my advice to you is watch what music you're listening to. Pay attention. Please pay attention to the music you're listening to on this glow up journey, because it does have an impact. And if you don't believe me, go look into the studies on how music impacts your mental health, or how music impacts your focus. You can literally find focus music on YouTube. Like, it's literally there to help you focus, because it does that, the frequencies of the music. And another big part, as when I realized how much music impacts me, is when I started to do sound bowls. I used to go to sound bowl meditations, and the frequency of the sound would really calm me down. And like, there were different sound bowl sessions for different things, like relaxing sound bowl, opening sound bowl. And I'm like, what, man, I don't believe in this. I used to say all these things that I didn't believe in it until I experienced it. And I'm like, whoa, the frequency of the sound actually does vibrate within me. I feel this. I feel better. I feel uplifted after I leave a sound bowl meditation, or sometimes I cry in a sound bowl meditation, depending on the purpose of that sound bowl. And yeah, just pay attention to the music, pay attention to how it's impacting you on your glow up journey, and start curating it. Start being intentional. Part of glowing up is being intentional about what you consume, nutritional, what you consume, what you watch, what you consume, also what you listen to. These are part of our senses. Make a playlist. I challenge you to make a playlist of uplifting morning music or a calming music before bed. I challenge you to do that and see how it changes if you were just, listening to whatever at any time of the day. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more, to see more of this glow up journey. Everything I learned on this journey, I'm gonna share it with you. I literally was dancing to Imagine Dragons this morning, and I'm like, I'll make a YouTube about this. People don't know. Like, I know it has hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, but like, I'm like, you guys need to listen to what he's saying in that song. He's talking that talk, and it is uplifting.